sake. So, yeah, I'm doing this on my phone. I wanted to do it on my laptop, but there's such a lot of faffing around trying to get, thingy to YouTube, so I thought, oh, bugger it, I'll do it on my phone. And I'm going to start using my own language on these things. I've done a load of these little morning daily videos, and I've watched my language, and I think, well, no, I do swear a little bit sometimes, so why should I moderate that on my own channel? I'm just going to put it's not for kids, simple as that. Yeah, excuse me, and belch. So yeah, so I'm reading Twitter again this morning, and one of the people I follow is Jack Monroe, bootstrap cook, turns up on TV sometimes, big poverty, not an advocate, poverty campaigner, something like that. And reading through Jack's Twitter feed and all that, I get this thing come up on it, maybe some of you have seen it. Just had a visit from 2 local police officers. Someone, maliciously, reported some old threats that I'd talked about briefly on here, Twitter, and although I decided not to pursue it at the time, and I'm perfectly capable of making my own reports, they wanted to do a welfare check, have a chat about the scale and scope of the thankfully small percentage of these messages that I receive, and if there was any safeguarding I needed putting into place for my home and family. So the thread carries on, and people sharing their experiences and supporting and all that. And further down, Jack replies to somebody, "Oh, I've had it over the years. Malicious social services reports, false reports to the RSPCA, malicious reports to the council and DWP claiming I'm a benefits fraud, brackets, I haven't claimed any benefits since 2014, etc, etc. All trying to disrupt my life and scare me into hiding. They won't be satisfied until I disappear off the face of the earth, apparently, either by my hands or their own. Unfortunately for them, I have a core of fucking steel and absolutely nothing will scare me into silence, especially not some anonymous tit on the internet." And the thread goes on. And it's just set me thinking that one person with no step up, started a food blog, started a way of trying to make money go further, way of eating a little bit better, and comes in for so much abuse, online trolling, to the point of getting the police and the council and the RSPCA and all these government bodies involved. One person can raise that much ire and anger amongst the, well, what shorthand am I going to use? The Daily Mail readers. People like that. One person can make people like that so angry that they would do that. Makes you wonder a couple of things. Makes you wonder how many people who have had a public platform, like the internet, like Twitter and all that, have been scared into going quiet, have been scared into submission, and have, as Jack says here, and I've lost it now, finished by their own hand. How many people have been bullied into either leaving social media or something worse by online, well, I wouldn't say they're trolls really, they're people who feel threatened. Somebody points out, we got the whole Vines Boots Index and all the rest of it, but yeah, so pint of milk costs 79p in a corner shop, probably costs a bit less in the supermarket, but that's one of those little pint or half a litre containers. 79p. That's gone up. We're not even going to talk about the price of unleaded petrol. So yeah, Somebody points this out, but this is expensive, and it's a staple: bread, eggs, milk. You know, the staples, the essential items. Pasta being one of them, potatoes. You know, all that sort of stuff. These are the essential things. I'm not saying we should be cheap, but we should certainly be affordable. We shouldn't be, you know. But then again, you know, and I am back to what I said on my last one about the road to Wigan Pier. But, you know, poor nutrition leads to poor mental states, leads to poor education, leads to poverty, leads to poor, you know, we got this whole cycle that's caused by poor education, poor nutrition, and poverty, and it just keeps going on, and it's been going on at least for 100 years. You know, it's not a recent thing. It's been going on. Orwell wrote about it in the 1930s. So yeah. Anyway, enough of that. But people like Jack Monroe, no matter against all the threats and harassment and malicious complaints, are still there. Which leads me on to my other point as well. When I go to the gym, which at the moment is 3 times a week, they have a TV on in the changing rooms. I don't know why, but they have this TV, and it's generally set to ITV, and it's playing like by the time I get there, you know, depending on what time the classes are, Loose Women, some sort of antiques programme, This Morning, that sort of stuff. It's not something I watch at home. I think we've reached a point now, as me and the wife, as TV viewers, that we use for television. We don't watch it, you know. We don't have it on and watch it. We'll say, oh, we're going to watch this series, and we'll binge watch the series, or we're going to watch this film, and we'll, you know, it's a streaming service, and all right, you know, and we have this. But there was a thing, you know, what we watched on the telly the other week, and it was called Campfire TV, where the whole family sat down and watched the telly, you know, and that's it. We have one TV in the house with lots of screens, but one TV, and we watch it together. And sometimes I'll have my laptop on and I'll have a YouTube thing playing with no sound, and the missus will have a laptop on and have a YouTube thing playing with no sound. But generally, we're watching something and we'll agree on something to watch. You know, we'll watch it together. But we don't watch, I don't know what you call it, this ITV, this sort of, it walks a fine line. We have people on there like Martin Lewis and Jack Monroe and people like that sometimes. And then, but the majority of it is just it's programming that reinforces and puts you in your place. From what I've seen of it, sounds normally off. Loose Women is sometimes playing on a Wednesday, and it just seems to be, don't rock the boat, don't argue. We're going to tell you what to think. We're going to tell you what to think. You can get a little bit angry about stuff, get a little bit vocal about stuff, but you don't make any changes, because there'll be something else coming along in a few weeks' time that'll make, you know, thingy. I mean, there's still a war going on in the Ukraine. We're not at war with the Ukraine. Politicians take note. We are not. But we're picked a side that we're supporting, and members of the public are going out and we're doing runs in vans and cars with medical supplies and stuff like that, and there's a lot of stuff like that. But, you know, you don't really hear them much in the news. Well, no, because Love Island started, hasn't it? But, yeah, news cycles. It fascinates me. It really does. There was a documentary I watched, I'm coming up to 10 minutes, I'm going to have to be quick. There was a documentary I watched called Once Upon a Time in Londongrad. Perhaps I should wax lyrical about that tomorrow. But, yeah. Anyway, I'm going to go back to doing these. They do me some good. But I'm going to, well, I can't live stream. I'm going to fiddle around and thingy. You'll see it, because I found this video editing thing on my phone I'm going to have a play with. So, yeah. Until tomorrow, peace out.